What up, peeps? Happy Sunday. Here we are once again. We're going to just talk about some things. Sorry that we are a couple of minutes late. We got some questions coming in, so we wanted to make sure we write those down and be able to share with those people in the audience who was asking those questions. So we're going to pretty much just kind of go into that and share those things because that's important to Mike and I to make sure that we're getting everybody all the information that needed, especially when you get specific questions come across. So, Mike, it's just hot here, brother. That's all I can tell you.
Bro, it's hot here too as well, man. It's 101 today here. So I know how that Texas heat is out there, man, and we getting it out here too as well, man, as well. But you have a birthday coming up, man. You hitting another another year. What you got? What you got coming
up? Every year my numbers change. I don't know why. I was hoping they would stop, but this is number 65 coming into play. And, it is what it is. I look at the numbers as just identity, but not who we are in a sense. So I'm gonna ride with that 65. Actually, I feel good on the serious side out there, people. 65, and I still feel like I can do some things that I've done easily in the past when I was younger. So I'm going to continue that physical fitness stuff that Mike and I always talk about and try to keep that strength going and so I can stand upright. And get a chance to go hit some golf balls there once in a while. That'll kind of get your flexibility going.
I see you've been doing a lot of that, and you look good too, man. Hey, not too many people look like that at 65. I just want to say, man, you look good, man. I see you in your golf outfit, man, and you look dangerous, man. You look dangerous.
It's the attire to make you look like you know what you're doing. Like they said, if you can't play the part, at least you can dress the part. So that's what I do.
Man, hey, like my brother looked like a pro out there.
Yeah, I couldn't even be a caddy for one of those guys. That's for damn sure. But no, man, I enjoy it. It's my only competition world that I got now since I stopped competing, as you and I talked about before. Right. So now I just found something that's really challenging. Plus, it let me get on the outside and move around a little bit. And because my job is 13 hours inside every day.
Yeah, man, I know that. Yeah.
So every chance I get, I want to try to get outside and move around. And today half of it was church time, and then you go out and play a couple of holes, and then come back for this.
There you go. Hey, and speaking of that, man, hey, I crossed something off my bucket list this week, man. This past week.
What's that?
Believe it or not, man, I went deep sea fishing, and
wow.
I'm a brother, man. I'm not a water brother. And believe me, it was being physically fit at my age. You have to be, man, when you get on those boats. And it was like they said, it was like one of the roughest times with the sea and the wind and everything. And man, hey, it was work. Yeah, but I caught some fish. We did catch some fish. There's limits out here, But I had to brace myself, man. And when that boat would roll and it looked like, man, we was finna fall up in there. I got in this spot where I wasn't just walking around, man, holding my, some people on the front of the boat, and I don't know all the names. And I'm like, man, a couple of people fell down. But I braced myself, and I did, I did my quota almost in the first hour and a half, man. So I was like done. I put a patch so I wouldn't get seasick. So I didn't.
That was my next question. Yeah.
All these guys they were saying, "Hey, man, this is your first time," laughing at me and everything, and say, "Hey, Dave, if you want to throw up, you got to throw up over the rail and everything." And those cats is ones that was throwing up.
Right.
So I laughed at them, but it was an experience, man. If you ask me if I was going to do it again, no, man.
Is it because of the bad day that you had, or you just didn't enjoy the fishing as much?
I'm not a fisherman like that. I've never really been a fisherman or water guy, but it's just, man, when you don't see land and it gives you a whole nother perspective on how people operate, man. You know, what people out there see doing, they do that for a living. When people do that for a living, you know, and catching fish, and that's what we eat and stuff and everything.
Yeah,
man, I got a whole new respect for them to do that every day, man. And go out like that, and hey, we don't see like we saw whales. You know, we see you see a whale, man, and if that whale hits the boat,
yeah.
It's over with, but anyway, man, I had a good time. I enjoyed myself. Now I just knocked it off my bucket list, man, and
cool.
That's it,
cool,
man.
Cool.
That's it. Yeah. So we can go into these questions now, man. If you want to.
Yeah, I'm one of those guys, man. I grew up fishing.
Oh, okay, yeah.
That's what we did, and I'm talking about from the side. Like my dad and mom and myself, and then my little brother, who was a baby at the time. We get up on Saturday mornings. And we'll drive down to Matagorda for food, baby boy. Not just we're going fishing to have fun.
Right.
You went down there to catch to eat. And so, you know, I've always took fishing seriously because of that connection with me. And I enjoy it, though. I can go out. I recall, you know, in the country, you go to little creeks and places like that.
Right.
Little perches about that big, like 10 of them, you think, okay, we got a meal. And we used to sit there all day and just family time, talk, laugh, and you know, and that's kind of one of my connection spots with my fam. But I've also had an opportunity to do what you did in law enforcement. We used to rent those boats because it was cops only. Take us out in the water, man, and take you. And what I disliked about it most, Mike, in the bays and out in the deep ocean there and down south in San Diego, is that we didn't experience any of the rocky stuff like you're talking about, but I always hated that they would move from place to place to place.
Yeah.
Did you guys move a lot?
Yeah, we moved. The first spot, man, we was catching. Boom, I was catching 2 or 3. You know, boom. Yeah. And then the second spot was a little hard, but the fish were a little bit bigger. And then they went to a couple of other spots, man. So yeah, man, we moved, and it seems like every time we moved, it seems like we got farther and farther away from land.
Yeah. So was that a half-day boat?
It was supposed to be a half day. It was chartered. It was just for us, and it was a half day. But we came in early because everybody was basically fished out, man, and everybody caught
and sick.
And some people were sick. But the one thing that I did like about it, I'm pretty sure they did that. The fish that we caught, they had filleted them and everything. They did all that for us. And
yeah. That's what they normally do.
And I'm like, because I was thinking, what I'm gonna do with these fish? I you know, but they did that all on board and everything. By the time we got there, man, it was back on land. Man, our fish was already cut up, filleted, and everything.
So, right on. Well, good, man. It's good you had a good time, man, and that's what it's all about, trying different things and see what you enjoy and what you don't enjoy.
Yeah, exactly.
And just don't do it a second time. Like it, so.
and with no life jacket on too. You know, you're
just out there. For sure.
Yeah, you're just out there, man. So
they just tell you that they're in the bottom down. If you want a life jacket, it's over there.
There it is.
Yeah,
exactly.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
Cool. So let's go over some of these questions that came across, Mike.
All right. Hey, so one of the first questions is, what's more important as we age, Robert? Strength, mobility, or conditioning?
Well, wow, those are all so connected that, you know, but I would say you can have strength and you can have conditioning, but if you don't have mobility, you're screwed. So I'm going to go with mobility first, and then, of course, strength. And then with those two, then you can work on conditioning, but definitely mobility is what we all want first, for sure.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that's what we train for as we age more, you know, like even with the people and the guests that we've been having, it's all about mobility as we age, because, you know, man, I got my buddy called me, man, 2 days ago, man, said, hey, he's finna have another, he already got his hip replaced. Now he's getting another knee replaced, man. And he, you know, I'm talking about mobility, man, and working out. And how important that is for us as we continue to get older, man. So, like you said,
and to connect with all of that, Mike, I think that sometimes I believe that people think they need to have, you know, a heavier, stronger body in a sense, especially when you come from the world of fitness like us. And I am 100% opposite of that. I am trying to lose weight. I
Yeah,
want to
yeah,
keep my strength and lose weight. Right now, I lost like 8 pounds in the last month and a half, and I want to go down to 215, and I'm
yeah.
4 pounds away. So
Oh,
if
that's
I
good.
can make
That's
that
good weight.
happen, then I
Yeah.
can pretty much I can carry myself around and tie my own shoes and bend
Right.
over and stuff like
I'm
that.
on that. I'm on that journey too, man.
Yeah,
As you can see, I got cheekbones coming in now.
yeah,
Man, I was just telling one of the guys that I work out with that I work out with. I said, hey man, I want to start doing cardio even twice a day now, and just really working on my meal plan even more, eating less calories and stuff like that.
yeah.
Because I really want to just get down. Because he said, looked at me today. He said, hey man, I really don't really look at you because I'm. Can't hear me. Can't. Let me see. Oh,
You there, Mike?
can you hear me now? Let me
Lost
see.
you, man. Keep talking. Can you hear me?
Uh, can you hear me now? I can. No, you can't hear me. Let me see. We just technical difficulties.
Hold on, Mike.
Uh, I'm all on and everything. No, no, no. I was reading on there. I'm seeing a reading on there. It just went out all of a sudden.
Check 1, 2, Mike.
Testing 1 2 1 2. I can hear you, but you can't hear me. Everything is going on. There's nothing changed. That's weird. Let me check it.
I can't hear you at all, Mike. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me now? Because it's on. I can I can see the audio is on.
Mic check 1 2. Mic check 1 2. Mic
Mic
check.
check.
Mic check 1 2.
Can you hear me now?
Mic check 1 2.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me?
I can hear you, Mike. Can you hear me now?
Can you hear me? I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah,
we're back.
Hear you.
Okay.
Yeah, we're back. I don't know
All
what
right.
happened, bro. All right.
Yeah.
I got you. There we are, people. Technology.
Technical difficulties again. Here we go. Here we go. So yeah, so we're talking about mobility, and you were hitting on that mobility question, finishing up on that.
Yeah. So that's my comment on all of that is that I think the weight gain, weight loss should be first on the list. Make sure you're not too heavy. As we get older, of course, our bones and stuff like that is not as strong as they were, but bone density can always stay pretty steady as long as you're working out. But if you're not working out a lot and lifting weights, then I would say watch that weight so that your mobility won't disappear because strength is always necessary to
starts going into those joints and everything else, man, and it makes it gets those swollen joints, and then your body starts feeling bad, man. And I tell people that all the time because I had a person that I was training, and they were like, "Hey, I want to run." And I'm like, "Hey, you want to let's lighten you up first before you start putting that pressure on your joints. Let's work our way to it instead of just going into it." And a lot of sometimes former athletes want to, they want to take it back to back in the day. And I said, you can't go that way. We got to progress. And I said, we got to lose some weight. We got to lose some weight before we injure ourselves. And then you won't be able to do the things that you'll be able to want to do later on. So that's you got to watch that when you talk about as we age, like you said, we have to lean out, that's why. We talk about taking body fat measurements and stuff and everything, see, where you at. Because some people, they look slim fat, we talk about that all the time, and they have that, that they have a lot of body fat around them, and they're not working that down, man. And that's one of the main things we got to look at as well, man.
Yeah, true that. Yeah, man. What's the next one?
Hey, what's the biggest mistake you see people over 50 making in the gym?
ego lifting. That's the only thing I can say. Ego lifting. I mean, once again, we keep speaking from people who in our world, so we would have to say ego lifting. On the other side of the world, people who are not as athletic in the gym, but they're still trying to come in, is that they're doing things incorrectly.
Right.
You know what I mean? YouTube and all those things will tell you to do a bunch of things, but they don't always match your body and what you got trying to develop.
Exactly.
So,
And to kind of piggyback off of that, I see people coming in that haven't been, like you said, that haven't been lifting at all, and they want to start at 50, starting without a program. Walking in the gym and you can see them, they don't have any kind of set program or any guidance, and they don't start with the trainer, or at least take a month or two at least with the trainers at the gym to get familiar with the equipment and stuff like that. And also, and not lifting free weights. Sometimes I see older people, 50 and older, all they do is machines, and they won't do the resistance training with the free weights as well.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, man.
All right, so
let's see what we got here. Okay, so here's one for you. It says, how do you stay motivated year after year?
Well, hey, it's not motivation. We've talked about this so many times, man. Because motivation comes and goes, man. I could be motivated on my way to the gym, and by the time I get there, might not be motivated no more. It's about being consistent, man. I'm sure you get these too, and that's what cracks me up more. And I show my son and my daughter every now and then. You know how you get the pictures and stuff back on Instagram, like what you did 5-10 years ago.
Yeah.
And it's crazy. It's like some of the same thing. Like if I work legs today, 5 years ago at the time I was working legs. So that just shows the consistency of being in it, man. Because if you're not consistent with your program, man, motivation goes out the window, because a lot of people start with that motivation. I'm ready to go, especially the new year, they come in, I'm ready to go. And then about a week or two later, where's all that going? So what you have to do is get into a program, man, where you're tired, you're still going. You're going on the days you don't want to go. Once you get into that routine and consistency, you don't need motivation. So 67 years old, and I keep going every day. Think about it. It's days I know, Rob, I know we look good, but to get out that bed every morning is a struggle. What about you?
Yeah, I'm saying, brother, motivation is just an additional, but as you stated, consistency is the cheat code, and that's the cheat code to it all. So when people ask how do you do it, use the cheat code.
Yep.
If I'm a cheat, it's going to be with consistency.
Exactly. Exactly.
Me to get up and go. But I agree. I mean, and here's a little sympathy out there too. There's a lot of times that you do need that. I would say, that person to hold you accountable, that accountability partner that keep you going, and that you can look at that as your motivation. He's accountability partner, but that title, motivation in general, usually lies within the person as an individual. And if that's your only way of functioning, like Michael just stated, by the time you get out of bed, make yourself get dressed, get to the gym, that's not motivation. That's just like doing it. You know what I mean? But you know what I mean? So if you're motivated and you're consistent, now you get out of bed, you're fired up, you can't wait to do something to get your body going, and you're like, I'm all in, and then the consistency kicks in, you're like, okay, let's go train, and then you're all there. But it's, I don't know, I just think it's really cool when people use other people as their accountability partner.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a way of just admitting, man, if I have to do this on my own, I'm not going to go do
it. Right. And that's why people come to us, as well. That's why you're so successful over there shooting at, because you're, a lot of it, some people know how to work out, but the thing is, it's the accountability part. Hey, I got to be at Robert's spot at this time, on this day, and that's holding them accountable. They have to do it,
and plus it just kills that need to try to think about what you're gonna do. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Just walk into the gym and
Exactly.
then someone is there saying, okay, this is our plan for today.
Exactly.
But outside of that, when they're not coming, you're hoping that they still have that. I got to go do something
Something.
until I get
Exactly.
back to the grind, and it's a connection between doing it for yourself and having someone else to push you to the next level.
Right.
That's
Right.
pretty much how
I,
it is.
I got one for you, Rob. And this is kind of geared towards, each of us. What is your recovery routine after you have some tough workouts?
Well, first thing I want to do is get some protein shake in me for sure. Right after, I want to get something, and then it's okay to even add something that's going to give you some hydration too. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean? Some electrolytes of some sort. Put the powder in with your shake and drink it all down at the same time. That's my first recovery thing. If I had to say, if I was doing this, not being such in a person who's in the gym all the time, to where once I do that, I got to get back on my feet for someone
Right.
else. That I would be the guy who would just, when I was competing and I had my real job, I guess you can call it, is that I would go home and rest. I'll go home and kick it, man, and because it usually happened at the end of your work day. At least
Right.
back in the day when we was training, you would go in the morning to do your cardio and you go to work. You go back and train in the afternoon.
Exactly.
You go
Right.
home and rest, right? And
Right.
so that's kind of the big picture is how you want to do it. Get up in the morning, do your fasted cardio, go back to the gym later, do your workout if your work scheduling allows that, and
Mm-hmm.
go home and rest a little bit. But when kids come into play, when all those things come into play, then that's just the old adjustment button. You got to make some adjustments and see what works best for you. But that's just an ideal way of doing it. Is being able to rest after you work out.
Right. And that's what I try to do as well. I try to get something in my system because I usually don't. I'm one of those because we get up early. I don't know, like we talked about this before. I really don't, I can't really eat because it's early for me. So when I come back, I try to get some protein in me,
Yeah,
and then the
definitely.
next thing, like you said, hydration is important. Matter of fact, once I'm getting on the cardio, I got my hydration, my water, and I have some hydration in my water to kind of
Yeah,
replenish me. And then once I get home, man, and if I have time before I have a client, I'll try to I'll take a shower, try to relax, and then when I start getting ready for my clients, I'll have a break. I'll take a nap. I'll take one of those power naps, man, because the older we get, man, we need that sleep, man. We need that rest, or just lay in my bed, or just sit in my easy chair, just to get that, just to just to feel better, man. Because sometimes, man, with our grind, especially when you were competing, man, I knew, man, it was crazy for you because you were doing that, and then you're on your feet, man. What, 10 to
yeah,
12 hours a day, man, and that's tough.
yeah.
That's
That
tough,
was that was tough
and
times. That's why I'm not doing it anymore.
yeah, yeah.
you
And then
know.
every now and then, man, we'll throw in I'll throw in the guns, the massage gun, or I'll go get a massage or get some cupping. That's on when I'm in that grind mode and we're grinding, and my body's saying, hey, you know what? Uh, you need to do something else, man, outside of just, at the home stuff and everything.
Sure,
So,
sure, absolutely. Let me see if I got another one here, Mike. Hold down. We don't want to miss anybody. Okay, how should someone train different in their 60s than they did in their 30s?
yeah, we kind of touched that when it ain't no ego lifting.
Yeah,
um 30s, man, that's when you're going with the ego, the all the weights and pushing and everything. But when you start getting up there, I know me now, man. The weights is not as heavy. I do more. I might add another set or two, but I'm doing more reps, lighter weight. But I'm still getting some resistance training in there where I'm still pushing. But I'm not going crazy heavy with the weights because I'm trying to prevent injuries as well.
yeah, for sure. And if you're a non-competitor out there, people, so here's the deal. Don't even do two body parts twice a week. Go to singles. Go Monday, Tuesday on, Wednesday off. Tuesday,
Mhm.
Thursday, Thursday, Friday on, Saturday, Sunday off. Just as long as you're getting a body part done each week, that will be sufficient for non-competitor people out there. And I know some of the old heads out there like us might, have a tendency to do a little bit more because that's been our routine. But the
Exactly.
people who are just kind of got cruising along with it, just do it Monday, Tuesdays, off Wednesdays, Thursday, Friday, off Saturday, Sundays.
Exactly.
Always get some resistance, get some, some compound movements, which is, like dumbbells and stuff like that, and then do some machine work, just a little bit of, of, of everything throughout your workout. And some people will even do full body workouts,
Right. Right.
where you go Monday, Wednesday, Friday, you do the
Right.
same body workout, and then do
Exactly.
cardio Tuesday, Thursday,
Thursday.
and
Right.
then eat good foods, and you won't have to worry about gaining weight. But of course, if you're trying to lose weight, then we're going to ask you to add a couple more days of cardio in, but don't
Exactly.
change the workout plan, and you'll still be fine.
Exactly. Exactly. So, hey, I got one more, I think, right here.
Okay.
And we kind of talked about this a little bit, but sleep, hydration, stretching, or nutrition. Which one of these you think get overlooked the most?
Stretching. No one stretches anymore.
Exactly.
Stretching is the one because you know, uh, yeah. Okay, people. So here's the deal on the big side of it. Guys who weigh 300 pounds shredded ain't gonna do much stretching. I have to use those words, ain't gonna do.
Ain't
I
gonna
have to
do.
say it that way because they will not take the time to do that because it's very exhausting and it's very difficult. And they've reached to that point of so much muscle that bending over is just not what they're designed to do anymore. So on the other side of that world, I just think that we have taken it all for granted with the stretching side of things that I'll be okay.
Exactly.
As long as I can tie my shoes, I'm okay. But the flexibility creates such good blood flow, man. And
Right.
your body just feels so much better when you're able to stretch and feel good about it. It's almost like stretching is almost like a massage, but just
Right.
a little bit, a little bit more of a movement instead of someone who's rubbing you down. But it's,
And I'm always transparent, man. And we had talked about. I'm one of those guys, man. That I now, man. After we've played sports and stuff, I hate. That's if I had to say one thing that I don't
yeah,
like, that's like it's stretching. And the
yeah,
thing is, I basically now put it into my repertoire again. I have days where I just go to the gym and stretch and
yeah.
work on that. And the thing is, what cracks me up is it seems like those days are harder than the other days. I come
I
home, I'm
know,
like,
bro.
man, did I work out with the weights or something today? But
I know.
but I'm doing it, man. And I feel better.
Yeah,
See, like you said, the blood flows better. I can tell the difference, man, because of that. So I'm staying with it, man. But it was one of those. My son was like, "Dad, you don't never stress, Dad. You don't never stress. You need to stress because it'll help you be better." And I'm like, man, I'm looking at him, looking at
yeah,
him. But now, man, I make it. I make
yeah,
it's like one of those things, it's the thing that I don't like to do the most. I do first now, you know what I'm
yeah,
saying, and get
yeah.
in there and do it. But yeah,
Absolutely.
I was one of those guys that didn't want to stretch, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah, yeah. I had a little love for both for a while, meaning that the love to stretch and the love not having to go stretch. But when I was in martial arts, I did martial arts for 13 years. So
Mm,
stretching was like mandatory. Like
yeah,
you
yeah.
felt like you had to do it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so I've done it for so long that you know, up until I would say in my late 40s, I could actually
Mm-hmm.
do the split still.
Oh, dang.
Yeah,
Okay.
I can't now, but at least in my 45, I could do the split no problem.
Dang. Okay.
Now I can barely tie my shoes. But that's just one of those things where you either fall in love with it or you
Mm-hmm.
love to hate it. It's one of the
Right.
two.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm now on a love to kind of hate it, but not do a lot of it, but just know I need to
But
do some of
but
it in a
yeah,
sense.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So
Exactly.
but yeah,
Exactly.
man, it's one of those things that I think that people should really get involved in, especially with, when we start talking about people 50, 60, keep stretching,
Exactly.
keep
Yeah,
stretching. Yeah,
we need to keep them joints warm. It's just like, anything else. But and people, we use this too. when we talk about time, they're like, well, if I spend 15, 20 minutes stretching, now I ain't got no time to work out. You know what I'm saying? So, just got to figure it out and work it in however, but it doesn't take long, maybe 5-10 minutes before you start and maybe 5-10 minutes when you're done. Because I found out when you stretch after you work out, it's even better, man. I feel a lot better too as well.
And to be honest, people, that is the only time you should be stretching out is after the fact. Unless you did a crazy warm up, you stretched and then you went and worked out. But a lot of people just try to cold stretch, and that's not the proper way of stretching. When you look at athletes, especially track members and stuff like that, you see them running around the track,
They're warming up,
they start stretching. They warm up. You can't stretch a cold muscle. I don't care what nobody says. You got to do some type of movement to get that muscle relaxed, and then you can stretch it, whether it's swinging your arms or twisting your body back and forth, whatever the case may be. You got to get some blood flow going. You see people these days run right out the house, stretch one leg, stretch the next leg, and they just keep on running. And it's a waste of time. It's such a waste of time. It's like
keep
just
on going. Yeah. I'm like, hey, what you doing?
Yeah. So always get a good warm up in, especially people who go for fasted cardio.
Oh yeah.
You can fast the cardio, then you can get up and you can stretch, and that's where I kind of engage mine. There, Mike. Oh, by the way, I bought a recumbent bike from my house.
Oh, okay.
And I become Lance Armstrong on that bitch right now. I'm on it. I'm on it twice a day. My goal was to burn 1,200 calories a day, and that's how I lost that. That's how I lost my weight.
You lost the weight, yeah.
I lost my weight because I totally kicked the cardio in the butt, and so I've been able to come down and get at a decent way. But it's that because I kind of demanded my body to do that. Normally I wouldn't get up at 4 o'clock, do cardio, then eat, then go to work and be out there for 13 hours and come back home and do cardio while I'm watching TV. That's called desperado. And I'll tell you guys out there, you don't want to do that. Don't push yourself.
That's tough.
Like that.
That's tough.
I'm
doing it this week. I'm doing it this week though, but it's tough.
Yeah.
People don't understand, man. I remember when I gained some weight, man, and that's what I did, man. I did cardio, man. I would ride my bike, my stationary bike, an hour in the morning, man. 6 o'clock at night, same thing, man. And that's what hey, and you put that meal plan in with it, man, brother. It falls off. It falls off.
If you can mentally, once again, going back to motivation, if you can motivate yourself to do that, it will work. That's for sure.
Exactly. Well, that was our last question, man. That's it. That's all the ones I had too.
Yeah, brother. So people out there, we appreciate the guys who sent the questions. Hopefully we answered everything as intended. We ask that you please share and subscribe. And so Mike and I continue to bring information, but it's always cool to receive questions like that. And if you're wondering how to get those questions to us, you can go on both our pages and go into our bio and get our phone numbers.
Exactly.
If you really want to leave a question.
Exactly.
Okay, so we're not trying to hide our numbers because we can always not answer or respond to negative stuff. We would just let it go. But other than that, man, go into our bios, leave messages like these people did, and we will respond back and hopefully get all the answers that you need. So, Mike, you can tell everybody goodbye, bro.
Hey, with that, it's over.
Yeah.
We'll see you hopefully next week.
All right, people. Game over. Peace out.
Deuces.